So fresh out of the mailbox and onto my table here in the playset is Moonwatcher from Super 7. Just came out. I've had this on pre-order for quite a while, and again, I love the figure. Well, let's get started here. What am I waiting on? So I'm gonna get to the figure. I love the figure. Do not get me wrong. A lot of symbolism in that. If you've seen the movie, if you enjoy the movie, certainly it shows the dawn of mankind, womankind, all kind, if you will. Very interesting beginning, and then it transitions with the bone flying into the air, turning into the space station. Just beautiful scenery, beautiful soundtrack. Again, as I mentioned earlier, here it is. Now, this is what, I mean, again, it's not the whole thing for me, but I have been wanting a monolith for quite a while. 6-inch scale is even more awesome. I mean, honestly. So I'm very happy to have the entire set. I really wanted, and at first I had Dave Bowman on order with Moonwatcher, and as I mentioned before, it would have been great if Dave Bowman had come with the monolith, but they knew what they were doing. It's all great stuff. If that were the case, I probably wouldn't have Moonwatcher, but I do. Again, I do think it's really, really awesome. Like the background there, same front screen projection scene from the movie that you see here. There. So the monolith, yes, this fits right in here. I don't think that well, either end works as far as when you're talking about a black rectangle. Give you a better view of it this way. So either end should be able to insert right into the base of the set here. So great. I cannot wait to set this up. So there's the monolith. So much meaning, so many videos devoted just to this one piece alone. Very, very awesome. So here we are with Moonwatcher. Probably said it before because I'm pretty redundant. I'm closing in on 50. I'm not there yet. And I think everybody tends to repeat themselves in this age range. But Moonwatcher, I didn't know that was the name of this figure. I didn't know it was the name, of the character. It may very well be in the credits. I never really paid attention. As far as I was concerned, this was a representation of early man, whatever the thoughts may be on evolution, whatever evidence shows today. You know, we're going to go with that theme of it being early man. Ah, my back. Oh, God, my back. You can't do it. Anyway, it's pretty funny. He's not going to stand that way, obviously, but it's pretty interesting like that. You can look up. Looks like it's on the standard type of ball joint. I haven't had a lot of Super 7 items, at least at this scale. So, you know, I haven't seen a lot of things that I wanted to go for. I am planning on getting Dave Bowman, perhaps Frank Poole. I believe he comes as well. Dave Bowman, just one of my cinematic heroes, just because he really took on quite the enemy, quite the formidable foe in HAL 9000. Moonwatcher, he can pivot a little bit here, and he gets to a certain point where he won't bend so far back, but that doesn't look natural anyway. Justified you would want to bend back. However, we're just playing, right? This is what a play set is all about. Great articulation, of course. He's got multiple points of articulation. including looks like more of a swivel type of, possibly a ball joint right up here in the chest. I, again, have not, had many Super 7s at the scale, much less taking them apart, seeing what makes them tick. I do have several of the G.I. Joe. I just think those are a lot of fun. I certainly have several, began as Reaction, Super 7. The toy history of those two items is kind of eluding me here at 11 at night, but very interesting recapture of 3 3/4 figures normally. Again, that's mostly what I have. Movie figures, and then G.I. Joe. This is pretty awesome. Yes. So he comes with, as you can see, 3 sets of hands and 2 bones, one of which he uses to slaughter another one of his furry friends in the first moments of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Again, that movie actually came out, well, a few years before I was born. However, only in my young adulthood did I start watching it and gain an appreciation for it. But I had been watching Kubrick films unknowingly as a child. Well, the cat out of the bag here. My dad, my mom, maybe they shouldn't have let us watch it, but of course The Shining was one of my I don't want to say favorite movies as a child. It's one of my favorite movies now. As a child, Jack Nicholson kind of looked like my dad and kind of acted like him a little bit from the movie too. And so there was something about that movie that was just really interesting to me. Up until probably into my 20s, excuse me, I really couldn't look at the Grady twins. That's, I'll admit it, I couldn't do it. There was something so haunting about the way those twins were made up. Let me just get back to 2001. I'm trailing off a little bit. Just a wonderful film. Not a film known for its dialogue. It's certainly in there, but it's visual imagery. It's just the scenery that's done, the cutting edge technology, or rather the cutting edge methods, because these type of things had not been done before. And 2001: A Space Odyssey would go on to define how space movies were done thereafter, at least according to several documentaries I've seen myself. But for now, having a representation of it, an extension of the movie, as far as something that I personally can exhibit here in the playset, I'm really happy with this. Again, it'll be interesting to think of scenarios. If you've seen any of the stuff on Instagram that I do, I just like to have fun with things. Certainly recreating scenes is great, but if the movie has already created the scene, I don't necessarily have or pay first priority to recreating a scene that a movie's already done better than myself. However, I really enjoy changing it up a little bit, and humor is a big part of these posts that I do anyway. But for now, I'm very happy, very excited. I'm going to be playing with this more, playing around, futzing around, fiddling around, whatever you want to call it. I can't wait to get to that, but I just wanted to do a quick, or not so quick, unboxing of, and I just got the guy in the mail today, so I'm probably going to go with Dave Bowman, but again, they're at about $55 a pop, roughly, 56. I really had to make a decision, and Moonwatcher wasn't the number one. It was the monolith. Yes, the monolith. That was the main decision. I love you, man. I do. But that's just pure awesomeness. Signing off from the playset. You're a good pal.